But it's easy to understand why the news commentary, why news itself has so much commentary, and why the news industry is pushing down opinions and pushing down different solicitations, um, kind of nonstop. And it has to do with maybe two big influences. Maybe there's a third as well. One is just the advent of the advertiser, right? The news that we read for the most part are free. They're not free because we're entitled to them. They're really hard to make and they're expensive to produce. They're free because someone else is paying for them, and who that other person is actually gets to decide what news we read. We don't get to decide the news we read, and in this country at all. And so, who is that person? It's the advertiser. It's the advertiser that is peppering the page of news websites with so many different little solicitations, whether those are pop-ups, videos playing, whether those are just static ads on the left side and the right side. The amount of news in the amount of advertisement in the news world is should be raising eyebrows as to that is it is essentially most news outlets are just advertising machines that are pushing down advertisement, and they're using news content as a channel to do so. But that's been the case with some of the most reputable news outlets, as well as with some of the ones that we think are more commentary heavy. And so the influence of the advertiser, and in some cases, a sponsor. So they're not advertising necessarily anything, but they are sponsoring these news, directly affect how we're getting to consume them. Things are getting sensationalized. Things are getting a perspective and a spin to them, depending if it's just an advertiser in place or if there's also sponsors. And I think generally there's this whole well acknowledged idea that people react to controversial things. People react to to viral clickbait provocations, and that's very much the case. I also think it's something we've been trained to do as a society and as a culture.
I think that's a very, very good point because if you think about it like that, a lot of these news outlets have an incentive to put out, and people talk about this all the time. Why do I only see the bad stuff that's going on? Why do I only see the terrible things that are happening in society? People like this stuff and it gets super a lot of likes. You say something clickbait, you say something controversial, that negativity provides traction. And the incentive behind the sponsor is like, bro, I need people to click